Today we're making a classic baked cheesecake, and we're going to bake it with 50% less sugar than stated in most recipes. Please make sure you watch till the end to see how it turns out. And remember to subscribe if you like this content. If you have any suggestions of what we should try next, please leave a comment below. So let's get started. We're using about 200 grams of digestive biscuits for the base, 560 grams of cream cheese, 100 grams of butter, 80 grams of sugar instead of the 160 normally suggested, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 2 eggs. We'll start by making the biscuit base. Judge the amount of biscuit you want according to how thick you want the base. I use about half a packet, or 200 grams. There are a lot of opinions in the family on the best cheese-biscuit ratio. I prefer more cheese, whereas the majority of the family prefer a thicker base. I have to find the best compromise so that everyone is happy. Add enough melted butter so all the biscuit has an even coat. I don't add any extra sugar to the base as it doesn't need it. Press the biscuit firmly into the bottom of the tin and make sure it's nice and even. I'm using a 20 centimeter diameter tin here. Next we'll make the filling. For this I'm using the KitchenAid with a whisk attachment. First I'm going to add the cheese and give it a good mix to get rid of any lumps and to soften it. When it's nice and smooth, add the eggs. Give it a mix and then add the sugar. I've added 80 grams of sugar, which is half the amount stated in a lot of recipes that I found. I usually don't measure the sugar, I go by taste, and add the sugar gradually until it's right. And then finally 1 teaspoon of vanilla. You can also add some lemon, but we're traditionalists, and since we only make this once a year, usually at Christmas time, it has to be vanilla, or all hell will break loose. Once it's all nicely incorporated, it can be poured into the top of the biscuit base. How you bake this is key, especially if you want to avoid a brown top, cracks and dry edges. So I bake it for 15 minutes at 180 degrees first. Then I turn down the oven to 100 degrees and bake it for another 35 to 40 minutes. You can tell when it's cooked because it'll be firm, but don't take it out of the oven. Open the door slightly and leave it in there for another 20 to 30 minutes. Leave it to cool for a few hours and then refrigerate, ideally overnight. And here it is. You can eat it plain. My favourite is with cherries. But as for the sweetness, it's just right. I find shop-bought cheesecakes too sweet, and this is melt-in-your-mouth divine creaminess heaven. If you'd like to bake with less sugar, make sure you check out the other videos in our series. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.